Welcome to NLTV. Moi as a reporter Soshila with video journalist Lamre. Aji yadi NLTV kan Don Bosco High Secondary School Kohima di ahina ase. Amian yadi breaking the silence idu launch kura laga opor de amian dikhibo paribo. Idu yadi awareness launch kura laga opor de Army laga officials kan aro beauty queens from Northeast tahan ahigena participate kurigena tahan bi idu full support hina thaikya laga ajila even la opor de amian yadi program la opor de man detail ba sailo.
Today we are united to make a pledge under the Nasha Mukt Bharat Abhiyan to make not only our community, family, friends, and ourselves drug-free. Since change comes from within, we pledge together to make Nagaland drug-free. I pledge to take all efforts to make India drug-free. You may all take this.
I'm deeply conscious of this immense responsibility that we all have as we launch this third edition of the Breaking the Silence campaign, an initiative that speaks to the soul of our society. This campaign, aligned with the broader vision of Nasha Mukt Bharat Abhiyan, seeks to bring into focus two challenges that continue to impact lives quietly but profoundly: that of mental health and substance abuse. For far too long, individuals and families globally have been struggling in silence, fearing judgment, isolation, or misunderstanding. That silence has cost lives, it has strained communities, and held back potential. This campaign is an exhortation to arrest it all, to change it all. The name of this campaign is not a mere symbolism. It is a commitment to one's own self, and it's a commitment to one another. To talk, to listen, and to stand by one another, objectively, impartially, and without bias or prejudice. We are indeed privileged today to have with us some remarkable young women of substance. And might I add, they have actually lent a different, very positive dimension to the word substance. They are all achievers in their own right, and we thank them to have associated with this very, very important drive or a campaign. Along with the dynamic team from the Department of Social Welfare, their unwavering commitment to this cause has made them the flag bearers of this initiative. Their involvement gives this campaign both voice and visibility, especially among the youth who are at the very heart of this effort. A special note of appreciation goes to acts that is aid, care, trust and support. Very beautifully chosen words that actually define this entire movement. Your vision and perseverance have given this initiative its foundation. This collaboration between civil society, state machinery and the security forces reflects the power of unity in addressing our most pressing social challenges. Assam Rifles has always believed in going beyond the call of duty. As soldiers, we are trained to defend, but true protection goes beyond physical borders. Friends of the Northeast is not just a phrase for us, it's a way of life. And we have adopted a multi-pronged approach against drugs. We intercept drug trafficking and traffickers. We destroy poppy cultivation. In concert with the state police, the administration has also the Narcotics Control Bureau. And we associate with pride with such initiatives as the Breaking the Silence. Over the coming weeks, Breaking the Silence will journey across Arunachal Pradesh, Nagaland, Assam and Meghalaya, touching lives in places like Bhamsa, Longling, Changlang, Difu, Dalhousie, Dimapur and the Garo Hills. This is a movement of ideas, empathy and transformation. Through workshops, art, music, interactive sessions and real conversations, this campaign aims to create safe spaces where young people can speak, be heard and find hope. I am given to understand that in the previous two editions, we've already touched over 15,000 people. And we wish ourselves, this third edition of this campaign, a much wider footfall. We are building something meaningful with you all. And I believe that you, the youth, will be at the forefront of this fight. Let us be clear, mental health is not a weakness. Addiction is not a failure. Asking for help is not shameful. It is courage. It requires courage. And it is the first step to heal. And I think the way these beauty queens have encapsulated through their own journeys, it requires a lot of courage to come out, share their own experiences, so that nobody else goes through that. So I think it will be our collective salute to them by not allowing ourselves into this trap. Let's use their experiences to take our journeys forward. As we launch this third edition of the campaign, I sincerely hope that steps like this continue well into the future. And as we move forward, may we also adopt a wide lens to break the silence, not just around mental health and drug abuse, but also around stigmas that hold our society back. Whether it is gender-based discrimination, domestic abuse, or other invisible battles, we must build a culture where people feel safe, valued, and empowered to speak. Let this campaign become an enduring movement. One voice at a time, one story at a time, one life at a time. To acts, the ACPS, the Department of Social Welfare, to our queens, who have led with courage and grace, and to the men and women of Assam Rifles, thank you. We are partners in a very, very noble cause. Together, let us walk this journey. Together, let us break the silence.
Every corner of our country,
which affects every family and every society in India. It is a privilege for me to launch this campaign, Breaking the Silence. And I stand with deep sense of responsibility amongst all these distinguished guests, my dear students, to speak on a matter that transcends borders, cultures, generations, the universal problem of drugs. And why I say this is because drugs don't just affect the user, they affect everyone around them. The substance abuse in Nagaland is a concern that affects all of us, our families, our communities, and the future of our society. Breaking the silence on drugs. It is a very powerful phrase that suggests a call to action to end the stigma, misinformation, or denial surrounding drug use, addiction, and recovery. This campaign will be a movement that will require our united stand against one of the most devastating yet unspoken challenges in our society. The Golden Triangle is a major illicit opium producing area in Southeast Asia, where the borders of Myanmar, Laos, and Thailand meet. It is the world's largest source of heroin and other narcotics, and our Nagaland is situated along this Golden Triangle border. It is a strategic transit zone for heroin and other synthetic drugs. The geography, porous borders, and socio-economic challenges will have serious implications on the Naga society. Youth-oriented drugs like sunflower, heroin, cough syrup, and crystal meth are increasingly reported among teenagers and early 20s group. The easy availability of narcotics has led to rising substance abuse among the Naga people, especially youth. The very common use of injectable drugs has contributed to HIV/AIDS prevalence in Nagaland. As we all know, India has the largest youth population in the world, with about 65% of its people under the age of 35, more than 50 are below 25 years of age. This demographic advantage, often referred to as the demographic dividend, and this youth is the driving economic force, is a key factor in India's economic growth. As per the 2011 census of India, the youth population comprises of 65% of the total population of Nagaland. So here lies the problem. The countries, the hostile countries, knowing the youth, the capability of what young India can do, I will not be wrong in saying that the hostile countries, they want to create havoc amongst this youth by pumping in narcotics.
The vulnerability of young people to drugs in Nagaland is alarmingly high, impacting many adolescents and children across the state. Nagaland faces a significant risk from drugs, high rate of early use, widespread social acceptance, and few recreational outlets. In Nagaland, unemployment and lack of meaningful opportunities has contributed significantly to youth frustration. This frustration unfortunately leads some young people to resort to drugs and substance abuse as an alternative. In every society, there are individuals and groups who stand up not because they have to, but because they choose to. NGOs, advocacy groups, non-profit organizations, and volunteers work tirelessly behind the scenes. I extend my deepest gratitude to the civil societies, NGOs, and our uniformed personnel for their solid commitment in the fight against drug abuse and illicit trafficking. To our civil societies and NGOs, and I'd like to make a special mention of Acts Connect. They play a critical role in prevention, education, rehabilitation, and advocacy, working tirelessly at the grassroots level to build awareness and provide hope and support to those affected. Your compassion and dedication are transforming lives and communities. I salute the Assam Rifles, the security forces, the state law enforcing agencies for your role in prevention and enforcement and community support is a critical component in the fight against drugs. And I take my hats off. I congratulate IGL, its officers, all ranks and files of the security forces, for relentlessly fighting the war against drugs, and not only fighting the war against drugs, but taking the lead role in organizing such awareness programs. Sir, the war against drugs is far from over. I assure you, the Department of Social Welfare assure you that we will lend any kind of support that you require. Despite several initiatives for positive changes in the state, we are also facing the silent but serious threat of substance abuse, which has robbed our youth of their future. Our families have been robbed of their peace, and it weakens our community to a great extent. This problem needs to be addressed collectively at the earliest to safeguard the future of our next generation. Over the years, many people have suffered in silence due to stigmatization. But as our team says, breaking the silence, time has come to initiate conversations in our families and in our communities so that victims of this menace who are suffering in silence and isolation may get required support in overcoming their struggle by creating safe spaces for dialogue, healing, and support. As the nation observes 5th anniversary of Nasha Mukt Bharat Abhiyan, which was launched on 15 August 2020. The department is organizing a massive awareness program throughout the state, which will culminate on the 31st of August. Besides, pledge-taking ceremony and in all the schools, colleges, and institutions. I call upon all the stakeholders to join hands in fighting against this menace that is destroying the future of the state and extend fullest cooperation with law enforcement agencies and other government and non-government agencies working in the field of drug to protect and safeguard younger generation from the snare substance abuse. As I have said earlier, I am alumni of this school. During the mid-70s, early 80s, there was no building around. All these buildings were not there. It was a thick jungle, pristine jungle, and during the long recess, I'm sure we had long recess these days also, we used to go and collect these chestnuts from the jungle around. Pure innocence, there was no gadgets, there was no nothing. We used to, the classmates used to enjoy pure innocence. And I can fondly remember performing a Zillian dance on this very stage on Teachers' Day. I would request the principal of the Don Bosco College, the principal of Don Bosco Higher Secondary School, that during class hours, that is from maybe 8:39 till 3:30, it should be gadget free. The boys and girls, please let them stay disconnected to get connected amongst themselves, to get connected with the faculty. To my young boys and girls, remember that you are holding the world in your palm. At the click of a button, you can collect any kind of information. If you utilize this technology in the right way, I think, why should we doubt for Nagaland's future? Why should we doubt for Viksit Bharat?
Nagaland TV, Sob Manulaga Awas. Watch us live on Geo TV and on your television sets as well. For Dimapur viewers, we are on channel number 994 in Global Chapter, and Kohima and Mokokchung viewers, switch to channel number 138 on Hornbill Digital. For all news and updates, follow us on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and Twitter.